Okay. Hi, everybody. So guess what? The Democrats are making a big stink about the voting on gun regulations, and the Republicans are not having any of it. Representative John Lewis went to the floor today, and this is what he said.
Who work on bipartisan solution are pushed aside. Those who pursue common sense improvement are beaten down. Reason is criticized. Obstruction is praised.
It sounds like he's talking about Bernie Sanders' ideas. When common sense is ridiculed, structure is praised. So what these people are doing is they're not taking no for an answer. Remember what they used to say about Bernie Sanders? When they would say, oh, that guy, hey, there's still going to be 60, you get 60 votes, then if you don't, then shut up. That's what Chris Matthews says about Bernie Sanders' ideas. They go, oh, you know, when he gets to the Senate, there's still going to be 60 Republicans. If you ain't got it, I don't want to hear your plans. Well, look, the Democrats don't have the numbers in the House. They don't even have control of the House. The Republicans have control of it and the Senate. And all of a sudden, they decided to do something. What's with are they a bunch of Bernie bros? Pie in the sky, fairy duster, unicornies, rainbows? What do they think they're doing? They don't have the votes. Don't they know how to work with the Republicans? So isn't it kind of, so that's what, so there's a little bit more to what he has to say. Let's listen, because it's good what he has to say.
Newtown, Aurora, Charleston, Orlando. What is the tipping point? Are we blind? Can we see? How many more mothers, how many more fathers need to shed tears of grief before we do something? We were elected to lead, Mr. Speaker. We must be headlights and not taillights.
So, again, this is driving me kind of nuts, right? Because everyone's applauding this. Everyone's applauding this, and I'm applauding it too. That Democrats are finally standing up for something. They're standing up for something. And they're shining a light on the dysfunction in Congress. And by the way, the whole point of this, what's wrong with what's going on in Congress, is that they're all bought. And it's weird that they still won't say it. They won't point to Paul Ryan and say, you're bought. Because they're bought too. They're just bought by different people. These guys might not be bought by the gun lobby, but I've never seen them. So here, there's more.
We cannot continue to stick our heads in the sand and ignore the reality of mass gun violence in our nation. Deadly mass shootings are becoming more and more frequent. Mr. Speaker, this is a fight. It is not an opinion. We must remove the blinders. The time for silence and patience is long gone.
The time for silence and patience is long gone. That's being screamed on the floor of the House of Representatives by a guy who's in the minority, who just got gavelled, who's about to get gavelled. They're going to turn his mic off. What's wrong with him? Isn't he a fairy duster? What is he, rainbows and unions? That's not how it works. You don't get how it works. He doesn't get how it works. So he's saying that now is the time. Now we're going to lead. We're supposed to be headlights. We're supposed to be leaders. It's exactly what Bernie Sanders has been saying. And everybody dismissed him, including this guy, by the way, who didn't back him. Yet he's carrying his message of standing up against money in politics. This is his message. This is it. Stand up and do something.
Jimmy, are you suggesting Bernie Sanders somehow has inspired this kind of behavior?
I don't know if I'm saying he inspired it. I'm saying this is the exact thing he's talking about. And everybody in the Democratic Party turned their back on him. And now all of a sudden they're doing it. All of a sudden they found this issue that they can do this on. Why don't they do this on every issue that has to do with things? They didn't do this when Occupy Wall Street happened. They didn't do this to deregulate Wall Street. Here we go. There's more.
They're calling on the leadership of the House to bring common sense gun control legislation to the House floor. Give us a vote. Let us vote. We came here to do our job. We came here to work.
What? This guy doesn't know how it works. He doesn't know how it works in Congress. Well, that's not how it works. You're not in control. You can't just scream, let us have what we want. What are you, a child? That's what they say to Bernie Sanders. What are you going to do, kick and scream when you get there? What are they doing? Again, I'm for this. I'm pointing out how this is exactly what Bernie Sanders has been saying. And everyone on the left has demeaned him for it. Not the Bernie Sanders supporter, everyone else, including the establishment lefty media.
The American people demand an action. Do we have the courage? Do we have raw courage to make at least a down payment on ending gun violence in America? We can no longer wait. We can no longer be patient. So today we come to the well of the House to dramatize the need for action.
So he says, so now we come to the well of the House to dramatize the need for action. Oh, so dramatizing the need for action is an important thing? Because everybody from Chris Matthews to Rachel Maddow to Debbie Wasser, everybody said that's crazy. What are you talking about, Bernie? Rainbows. What are you going to do? You don't have the votes. You don't have the votes. You got to know how to work with them. And everyone, including me, is applauding this guy. I'm applauding John Lewis for standing up and saying these things, for doing the right thing. This is what you're supposed to do in America. Here we go.
Not next month, not next year, but now, today. Sometimes you have to do something out of the ordinary. Sometimes you have to make a way out of no way.
Sometimes you have to do something out of the ordinary. Sometimes you have to make a way where there is no way. Oh, wait a minute. I thought you guys just supported incrementalism over a guy who said we have to make a way where there is no way. Over a guy who said it's about time we have universal health care. It's a right in the richest country in the world. He's screaming that too, and all you guys turned your back on him. You all turned your back on him. You supported money in politics. So the whole get the irony of this, would you? This is all because of money in politics. The NRA buys elections. They buy politicians. They threaten to primary them by giving money to their opponent. That's what this is all. That's what Bernie's all about. That's why he got in. Because what Hillary Clinton is another bought politician. That's why she supports the TPP and fracking and the Iraq War. That's why she's not for Glass-Steagall. That's why she's not for breaking up the banks. Because of big money and that's what they're all screaming about. And by the way, they won't say it. They won't say that while we're here is because our government is corrupted by money. And when I say our government, I mean Paul Ryan is bought. Because they won't say that because the Republicans can turn around and point the finger right back at them on other issues. Especially when their nominee. Again, this is driving me nuts. There's more.
We have been too quiet.
We've been too quiet for too long.
There comes a time when you have to say something, when you have to make a little noise.
Again, it sounds like Bernie Sanders. There comes a time when you have to say something, you have to make a little noise. There are people dying in America for lack of health care. There are people going bankrupt in America for lack of health care. There are people under crushing debt because they just wanted to go to college. It's time that the United States, the richest country on the face of the earth, stands up and delivers a health care to its people on the level of Costa Rica. That's what Bernie Sanders is saying, and he's saying it about all the issues. He's saying about one little itty-bitty sliver of an issue. He's not even saying it about the whole gun issue. This isn't about banning all guns. This is about one little itty-bitty tiny piece of one little gun issue. That's what this is about. The whole system's infected. Look how they can scream when they're not in the pocket of the donor. He's screaming when his party isn't in the pocket of the donor. There's more.
When you have to move your feet, this is the time. Now is the time to get in the way. The time to act is now. We will be silent. No more.
The time to act is now. Time to move your feet. Hey, what's this guy? Come on. What's Bernie? What are you, a Bernie bro? What are you, ferried? How are you going to get this done? What's your plan? How are you going to get this done? Why isn't Rachel Maddow screaming that today? Why aren't everybody at MSNBC screaming that today? Hey, where's your plan? How's your plan to get these things done? Where's Chris Matthews? Because that's all he can say about Bernie Sanders. Yeah, how's he going to get it done? Yeah, I don't think it's got to get. He wants this. Where's your plan? No one's saying that to John, is he? And it reveals this at the same time reveals the cravenness of the Democratic Party, because they'll stand up now, one little sliver of a gun bill. Anyway, there's more to this. I'm sure we're going to all be talking more about this. It's amazing, huh? It's amazing. When a civil rights leader says it, it's inspiring. When Bernie Sanders says it, it's upsetting to everybody. It's upsetting. Because they're all bought.